Hey everyone, I'm Heinz and welcome to another video from SIC Forex. And in today's video, we'll be looking at some of the best settings I found for Dark Venus EA. What this means is we'll be looking at a way to overcome the martingale risk that the EA is exposed to. I'll be sharing a set file or settings file for both MetaTrader 4 and MetaTrader 5, and also we'll look at the results for the last 90 days using this exact settings. But before moving forward, if you find the settings helpful, please like the video, also subscribe to stay updated with future content. Now, Dark Venus, which is one of the most downloaded EAs or free robots available, has a couple of great advantages in automating your trading. Unfortunately, this type of grid trading or cost averaging system is exposed to martingale risk. What this means is when the market is strongly trending in one direction, the EA could encounter a problem where it goes into deep drawdown or potentially blow your account. So from this example, we see the USD CAD trending down, but the EA is still placing buys. Now, this doesn't mean there's anything wrong with your expert advisor. This is just the way it interacts with the market. But what if I told you there's a way to avoid all of this? This is by closing all of the trades on Friday. Now, I've been testing this type of trading strategy for the last 90 days, and with verified my Fixbook results, we'll see exactly what this entails live in the market. So make sure to stick around so that you learn the exact settings that I'm using on my live account. Now that we have looked at what martingale risk is, let's take a closer look at the results that I have been able to achieve using the settings we'll be featuring in today's video. So now that we have covered that part of it, let's take a look at some results. Now the Dark Venus settings that I've been using has been running under the magic number 9024. 9000 signifying that it's closing on Fridays, and 24 because it's for the year 2024. Now I've been running the set file for Dark Venus since June of 2024, so in the past 3 months it's been able to generate $337.67. And you'll see that where we have the line that we often do have losses because every Friday all of the trades are closed. This means every weekend you are free of stress, not having to worry about the trades that are still live in the market. So since the 3rd of June, we've generated 2.68% gain with a very low drawdown of 1.73. Now, if we look at that on our strategy tester, and what I often like to do is after 3 months or 90 days, I again test the set file against the strategy tester to see if there can be some improvements. Now, it is often very difficult to get the exact same results, but this will show you how it would actually have done, testing it over different periods to get a better indication of the bot. Now here we see that we have a similar looking graph and style that we just saw on our previous results. But what if we tested this over a longer period? Will it still be profitable? So for our next example, what I did is I increased the testing time from the 10th of January 2022 until the 10th of July 2024. Now what we'll see from the graph is that there are losses, that it does mitigate the risk by actually closing losses and then having the ability to generate that back in the next week. Now using a 0.01, which is the smallest lot size available, we generated over $200 of profit with an equity drawdown of only $64. So you'll compare that to other Dark Venus set files, you'll see that this has an extremely low drawdown, which is another advantage of closing all of the trades at the specified time on Friday. Now, this example uses a 0.01 lot, but what if we increase that lot sizing and use the risk multiplier? Now, what the auto-lot function does is it calculates your own lot size, meaning you don't have to go through the trouble. Now, I kept it very conservative and used a 1 auto-lot function. I was still able to generate over $2,000 in net profit. If we compare our total net profit to maximum equity drawdown, we have a very good relationship of 1 to 3. So what are the settings that are used for the set file 9024? Now, firstly, at the top, we have our magic number, which is used to identify the EA across different accounts. Then I've also updated the maximum spread filter to 50. However, you can further update it yourself according to your own spread. Now, our money management for this example is set to true. However, I'm still using a very conservative risk percent of only 1. For those of you that are interested in increasing the returns of the set file, you can always increase the risk percent according to your own desires. However, as always, it's best to first test it against a demo account so that you can see how it actually works. Our next section is the indicator settings, and the indicator uses a Bollinger Band with a period of 50, and I'm using strategy number 3. Strategy number 3 is a trend following strategy that buys during an uptrend and sells during a downtrend, using the 50 period of the Bollinger Band to determine the trend. Now for our trading hours, according to broker server GMT plus 3, I'm trading from 2 o'clock in the morning until 12 o'clock at noon. On top of this, if we look at the trading days, I'm not trading on Fridays because Fridays often has major news events. For example, one of the largest events in the Forex space is non-farm payroll, which typically happens on a Friday. So now that we have looked at the trading time and trading days, we can also look at the directions in which it's allowed to trade. You'll see from this example that it's allowed to do both buy and sell at the same time, meaning we can have buy and sell trades at the same time, but these are not linked, meaning they do not and are seen as separate grids. On top of this, we have some other standard settings, which showcases where you can set your maximum order count and all of the below. Now, if we get to our gain loss settings and our trailing stop settings, we need to first discuss our grid. Now, the way that cost averaging works, if this price goes against you, it then enters another trade. Now, I've enabled the grid, but I've also enabled some other conditions where it needs to comply with the maximum spread, the hours, and the days of the week. We use the lot sum function for our grid management calculation, but a very low coefficient of 0.3 with a very big distance between the trades of 30 pips, which multiplies by 1.2. Now, if you'd like to learn more about any of the settings that Dark Venus uses, I've created an advanced setting guide that covers each one in quite a lot of detail. So if you want to learn more about that, make sure to subscribe and take a closer look at the channel. Now, if we cover our gain loss settings, I have its different take target for the first order, and then when it goes into its cost averaging, it has a lower take profit. Additionally, I also have the monetary loss enabled, meaning that it will take that amount and multiply it with our lot sum to set it as a stop loss. Then we also have our average trailing stop enabled, which can be further customized according to your broker. Then the most important setting of them all is the close trade settings. Here we have close Friday night and also forced close Friday night, both set at 10 o'clock GMT plus 3. Now, of course, you'll need to adjust this according to your own broker. However, it's important that you take the time and close all of the trades to ensure that you don't get into the martingale risk. Now, I've made a few different videos that cover the settings and different ways to trade Dark Venus. I've added all of these videos into a custom playlist, which I'll leave a link to down below in the comments. Now, if you think that there are better settings for Dark Venus, feel free to comment down below. But other than that, I want to say thank you for watching. Until next time, happy trading. Bye.